Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the SaVeg podcast.
Guys, we are back.
Are we
at
back?
You know, like that rap song? Isn't there a rap song that's like back at it again? I could be completely wrong.
Who was this rapper?
That be?
What is in your tea?
I don't know. What the hell's there a seed in my?
Oh, sorry, Daniel. It was probably a lemon seed. It was washed, but you know, like sometimes the dishwasher doesn't, you know.
So you're giving me dirty glasses now, Rose. I see how it is.
The dishwasher didn't do a good job. I was drinking a lot of lemon water last week because I had COVID.
Oh yeah, guys. Okay, so apologies, we took another week off
because I was sick and I was dying.
Yeah, it's funny because you're right. Like right before we took our first week off in December, we were like talking about how we never miss an episode.
We jinxed it.
Yeah, and then it's like we missed one in December because we wanted to take a break, and then obviously this situation. Why did we take a break, Rose?
Because I got COVID.
Who else got COVID?
You did.
Yeah. So
So I don't think I gave it to Daniel.
No.
But you guys know right now it's like it's going everywhere.
Yeah, the Omicron is like everywhere.
It's crazy.
Like this is the most, I was saying to some people, like this is the most of the people that I know in my immediate circle that have gotten COVID. Like
Yeah.
I
For
know
everybody, I think.
Pretty much everyone I know. Like there's more people that have COVID right now or just recovered from it than I know more people that happened than
like not gotten it.
Yeah, which to me is like insane, but a lot of people have said like, you know, this particular variant or whatever is really mild.
Yes.
So
maybe it's the beginning of the end.
Exactly. But I also don't think I got it from Rose, because Rose messaged me and was like, by the way, you know,
I got it like a few days before New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like I was at my friend's place, and then there was like 4 of us there and we all ended up getting it. So
yeah,
my assumption is that someone from that gathering had COVID.
Yes.
Anyways, so we all got it. And then, so I spent New Year's basically dying on the couch. This couch and me, we were one.
God damn.
And then the thing is, because I hung out with them and then the day after we recorded.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I probably gave it to Daniel. Mm-hmm. But then you were negative for like multiple days after.
Yeah, I was like, fine. And I had gone to a wedding as well. And I think that's potentially where you got it. Yeah, because a lot of people from the wedding ended up having positive cases. So again,
but you was fine.
I was lucky.
I think it's because you got the booster.
Yeah, I walked in, it's because I didn't know I had COVID at the time, and I went and got my booster as well, my booster shot. Just was like, well, I might as well. And then then literally the next day, I wasn't sure if the symptoms were from my booster or like because they were so mild.
So you got the booster after the wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because at that point I didn't think I had COVID.
God damn. So I wonder what that does.
Who knows? My body is probably like, what the hell are you doing to me? Like injecting me with vaccines and then getting sick. Yeah, it was a very intense week. But, you know, reflecting back, I was like, wow, 2021 really beat you up, Rose.
Oh, God. No. I did get it in 2021.
Yeah, so you got COVID in 2021.
Yep.
Food poisoning.
Yep. Bed
bugs.
What else?
God damn, Rose. Everything. Like, it's like this trifecta.
I know. 2021 was not fun. There's only one way to go from here. It's up. Okay.
Exactly. So, you know, starting off 2022 with a bang.
Although, you know, we've had some sad news.
Yes.
Which we will discuss.
Guys.
I'm so sad. So, let's talk about it.
Are we jumping in?
Okay, let's do our Patreon shout outs. Yeah. I forgot how to do this podcast. I do apologize, guys, if I still sound a little bit, you know, congested. Maybe I should talk in a softer voice. You know, maybe this should be my New Year's resolution, to talk in a softer voice.
I think that would be pleasant for everyone, Rose. You know, it'd be nice to, you know, be able to hear myself think for once in a while when we're doing this podcast.
I just feel like, you know, maybe I need to go for the mysterious, soft-spoken, feminine sort of energy.
Yeah.
So we're going to start this today because I have a sore throat.
Anyways, guys, we have some Patreon shout outs. So thank you for joining our Patreon, and we welcome you to our little community over there. So we'd like to give thanks to, I think it's Lucas.
And Sponge Cake. Love it.
Love it.
If you guys have not joined our Patreon yet, don't forget to check it out. It is patreon.com/TheSaVeg we do bonus episodes there every single month. And also you get every episode a week earlier than everybody else. And they're all ad free.
Exactly.
So tons of perks. Go join. Okay. And yeah.
We still have to record our January exclusive. What we
damn,
Daniel.
You working me like a dog. I just recovered.
No rest for the wicked, Rose.
Oh my God, I literally just recovered. So let me just talk about my symptoms for a second.
You talk about
because I want to vent. So Daniel got like no symptoms. I fucking hate you. I feel like you have a weird, there's something, your body is like you don't get sick.
I do get sick. It's so funny because one of my friends said this to me too, like when we were living together in Toronto years ago. She was like, you know what pisses me off? I'll get a flu and I'll be out for like 3 days. You'll get a flu and you're like, I'm so sick. And a day later, you're fine.
It's so true.
But it is true. I
hate you so much. And well, the thing is, usually I don't get sick often. But like anyways, the COVID though, god damn.
What happened, Rose?
God damn. So the first night, I mean, it was basically like a flu. Like I haven't had a flu in many years, I think. I don't remember the last time I had a flu.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time.
But I think it was like it kind of felt like a bad flu. So first night was the worst. Basically I had like fever, chills. I was wearing like a sweater, sweatpants, a scarf, like fuzzy socks to bed. And I was still like shivering. And I had like muscle aches, headaches, like a bit of congestion, like all of the, all the above.
Oh, God damn.
And then, my throat was fine actually in the first few days.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then so I was basically like taking Tylenol every few hours because like I couldn't survive otherwise.
Didn't one of the days you like slept like all day basically?
Yeah, so the day after that first night, so the first night was horrible.
Yeah.
Somehow went to sleep because thanks to Tylenol, oh my God, whoever invented pain medication, like thank you. And
praise the Lord.
Seriously, because like that way I can like sleep, right? If I'm like not feeling all the symptoms.
Yeah.
So then the next day I was basically like, I literally probably slept like all day. I was like on the couch, like barely able to eat. That was another symptom. Like I had like loss of appetite and I was just like sleeping all day. And then it started to slowly get better. But yeah. And then Daniel was like, I'm sick.
I mean, that is pretty much how it went down. So I was at my parents' place and I started coughing in the evening. I did start getting like a little bit of a sore throat and started coughing a bit. And I was like, this is weird. Like I'm going to take a test. I don't feel comfortable. And I was getting a little like achy and I was like not fever, but like, when you just feel a bit hot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So I felt like that. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to take a test. And then I was positive. So like, oh, fuck. So I went down to my parents' basement because I was at their place over the holidays and I was planning to come back to my apartment, which I'm back there now. But like, I didn't plan on staying at my parents' place for like 2 weeks and I ended up being there for 2 weeks. But anyway, and then I was in the basement and like I had to be fair, over the like 3 days, I was definitely more tired than usual. Like I was definitely a little bit more tired, but like overall,
poor baby.
I know overall, like I had the cough for like a day and then it went away.
You did lose your sense of smell though.
I know my sense of smell, like,
oh, you still don't have.
I can smell the coffee a little bit.
Okay.
Do you have your sense of smell back?
Oh yeah, mine was, so I didn't really lose my sense of smell and taste. I think it was just one day when most of my symptoms had gone. Like I was feeling better. But one of the days, for some reason, like it was really weird. Like it wasn't completely gone. I could still smell stuff, but it was like very mild.
Yeah.
And very subtle. Same with like my taste. But that only lasted like a day. So I was like, thank God.
Mine's lasted a bit longer than that. So like I haven't been able to smell properly.
Damn.
I can still smell things.
But you can smell the coffee?
A little bit. Yeah, I can smell it. It's not like so strong.
Right.
And I can definitely taste it still a little bit, but it's just milder than it normally is.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
What a weird, like what is this disease? When is it over, Daniel?
Well, this was another thing actually that we can talk about. But again, I don't know the validity of this, but I did read an article like a little while ago, and I think I sent it to you actually. That was like talking about how like, especially this most.
God damn. You be gassy as hell.
This most recent variant, because it's like this new variant, like most of the people that have got it, it has been fairly mild. Like even Rose's situation, like she didn't have to go to the hospital and be on a ventilator. You know what I mean? So,
oh my God, can you imagine?
Oh God. So I think because of that, they're saying like it's it's like going down the right path, and in a sense that it's becoming weaker and weaker as it like continues to mutate and stuff.
Oh
so
God, I really hope so.
They're saying like hopefully this is a sign that it's going to start moving more and more to like the common flu and become something less that we have to like worry about less. I guess my like worry, or not worry, and I don't want to even put this in people's minds, is like, when is there going to be another
variant?
No,
pandemic.
Another pandemic.
Oh my God, judging by how the world is going, I mean,
so because I mean, have we really
learned our lesson?
Exactly.
No.
Have they shut down, like, you know, wherever they thought not shut down, but like made modifications to where
probably
they're
not
finding these zoological
oh God
variants and viruses?
That's true. I mean, because it's already been like what? This is the third year. We're going to the third year. So, and remember, like in the beginning when we were watching those like videos where they were saying how, you know, these things happen every like 4 years now.
Yeah. So it could be we just get out of this one, then another one happens. Could you imagine?
This is so bad.
Like if this becomes our norm, like our regular...
And like just fighting with people all the time about this stuff is also very tiring.
It's so frustrating. I read a thing to Rose the other day that one of my friends had sent me.
Oh yes. Read it out loud, Daniel.
Okay.
This is a public service announcement.
I won't read the whole thing, but I'm just going to read like the beginning of it because
Sure.
I think it's so like powerful. Hang on.
It's not super long, is it?
No, it's not super, super long, but here we go. Okay. So guys, controversial, but
is it really though?
It's not that controversial. Okay. So the statement goes, I'm fully vaccinated and I will get the booster. No, I don't know what's in it. Neither this vaccine nor the ones I had as a child or any other treatments, whether it's for cancer, AIDS, etc. Not to mention, I still have no clue as to what's in the 11 secret herbs and spices that are at KFC, or what the hell is in a hot dog or bologna, vegan or otherwise. I don't know all the ingredients in ibuprofen, Tylenol, or other medications. It just cures my headaches and pains. I don't know what's in the ink for tattoos, vaping, the soil that we grow our food in, Botox, fillers, or every ingredient in my soap or shampoo or even deodorants. I don't even know the long-term effect of mobile phone use or whether or not that restaurant I just ate at really used clean foods and wash their hands. In short, there's a lot of things I don't know and never will. I just know one thing. Life is short, very short, and I still want to do something other than just going to work every day or staying locked in my home. I still want to travel and hug people without the fear and find a little feeling of life before. As a child and as an adult, I've been vaccinated for mumps, measles, polio, chickenpox, and quite a few others. My parents and I trusted science and never had to suffer through or transmit any of the said diseases. And I'm vaccinated not to please the government, but to not get really sick or die from COVID and to not clutter a hospital bed if I get sick.
Oh, seriously though.
But it's so true. It's like taking a step back. It's like, so it's interesting that so many people are like, oh, I don't trust this vaccine. I don't trust it. I don't know what's in it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but like,
do you know anything?
Do you know what's in anything?
Yeah.
Really? Like, I mean, honestly, and I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. I'm not saying either way, but like looking at the bottle of like a shampoo or like a body wash or some kind of food, there's ingredients in there that I can't even pronounce.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that is. And like, it's just so funny that all of a sudden now,
I know,
with this vaccine, everyone's so like, oh my God, my body's a temple.
They're worried about the long-term effects.
Exactly. Well, what about the long-term effects of all the other shit we put in our body?
And they say that, like, what I read is that when it comes to vaccines, like, normally if you have any adverse reactions, it happens within like the first month or something. Mm-hmm. Like there really is no, like, it doesn't like stay in your system like forever, right? Or something like this. I can't remember but they say that like, when it comes to vaccines, if you're going to have some kind of adverse reaction, it's going to happen in like the first month.
Yeah.
Not like 20 years from now, all of a sudden you get some kind of weird adverse reaction.
Yeah.
Like think about all the other vaccines we've had. Like if we didn't have a reaction at that moment, we probably like, I don't know. And the thing is, oh, you know what? Let's not get into it.
Let's not get into it.
It's just frustrating.
It is frustrating. And I think, again, I really feel like the more I think about it, the more I like want that point where it's like, if you're not vaccinated and you get
you should forfeit your bed.
Yes.
Like honestly, the more I think about it, the more it makes sense, because then we can stop this freaking arguing.
Exactly.
And be like, okay, listen,
fine,
I think people should get treatment, like regardless. If there's enough beds, then everyone should get treatment. Mm-hmm. Okay. But once you get to the point where we're running out of resources and we have tons of unvaccinated people in the hospital, and then other people that need treatment for other things, I think those unvaccinated people need to forfeit their
beds.
They need to sign something. Like, I'm sorry, but you chose not to be vaccinated.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, we talked about this before. Choices have consequences, right?
Yeah.
And it's like if you make a decision, you're consciously making that decision. I'm not saying, and again, I was like, we both talked about like the idea of mandatory vaccines, and neither of us were for that because it's like, I don't feel like we should necessarily be forcing people to get the vaccines. But if you choose not to do something, there are consequences to that choice, right? Like if you're choosing not to get that medication or whatever to treat this like disease, so the virus, like why should you take up a hospital bed if you come down with that virus, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, c'est la vie. We're going to get into our stories, guys. There's a few stories for today. We're starting off on a little bit of a somber note.
Oh my God, I'm so sad. I'm sorry, 2022, what the fuck already? I'm sad. First of all, Betty White.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweetheart grandma Betty White.
She's like a national treasure, though.
She like, really is. She's like an American grandma.
Yeah, she's like an international treasure. Like
she passed away. What was it like? Beginning of the year?
Yeah.
To be fair though, I wasn't like, it is very sad, obviously. You know, she seems so lovely, and I think like everyone loves Betty White. Even though I don't like really remember watching much of Betty White, to be honest.
She was in some really big shows.
She was in Golden Girls.
Yeah, Golden Girls was a big one.
Did you watch Golden Girls?
Not really.
My mom used to watch Golden Girls.
Oh, really? Oh my God. No, I kind of like, I think I've seen a few episodes, and it's funny because like, I don't know. It's like one of those shows where I feel like the comedy was good at that time.
Yeah, it's a little old.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't translate now.
I feel like if I was in that demographic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I was too young when like my mom was watching it and stuff, and like to me it just looked like, you know, a bunch of old people. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always thought like Rose. Her name was Rose, Betty White.
Yeah.
Her character was Rose. I always thought she was so adorable.
Yeah.
She was the best character. She was so cute. But yeah, she was in like a bunch of other stuff as
she's
well,
been in
but
loads.
I can't remember.
Her whole career was like through Hollywood.
Yeah.
So she's been in a lot of different things, a lot of movies.
She's been in the business for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess because she lived such a long, like fulfilled life, I was like, you know what? It's sad that she died, of course.
Yeah.
But it's like when people live long lives and they seem happy,
this is the thing.
Then I'm like less sad about it.
100%. I feel exactly the same. Like it's still sad. Like anytime somebody dies, it's a sad thing.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like once you pass like
she
90.
was 99 years old.
I know. It was like because her 100.
I wish she hit 100 though.
I know.
Oh.
Her 100th birthday is coming up.
I know.
And that they're doing like they're still going to do a celebration. I think it's on the 17th of January. One thing that's really cute though that I wanted to take away from this is actually, I can't remember who started this, but basically everyone, because I guess Betty White was like very like loved animals,
yes,
and all this, you know, and was really like for animals and stuff. And so I guess a lot of people have said, hey, as part of like Betty White's legacy that she's passed now, everyone donate like $5 to your local animal shelter.
Yeah.
And I was reading this article about like Calgary. So we're in Calgary, and it was saying that like Calgary is right now, the Humane Society or whatever is getting like a flood of donations.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, from all these people that were like, you know, Betty White, you know, supporters or whatever else. And so they're getting this, and they said it couldn't come at a better time because I guess January and February are like big months for like abandoned animals and stuff. So.
Also, maybe stop buying from breeders that, you know, instead of donating money, you know, anyway.
Yeah, but still it helps, right? Like
it helps, but they better like, I hope people understand the full message of it all rather than imagine if you gave money to your animal shelter and then you bought from a breeder. That would just be contradictory.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah. So I thought that was like a really cute way to like
really cute.
Celebrate her life. And
God, if only she made it to 100.
I know.
Anyway.
But still, you're right.
She had a good life. I know. It really doesn't mean
like
99 years old. She was the I think she was one of the oldest Golden Girls, but she was the last one to go.
Yeah. So she literally lived 3 of our lifetimes.
God damn, Daniel, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
God
so
damn.
That's like if we lived our life again 2 more times.
Holy.
That is a lot of years, Rose.
That is a lot of years.
God damn.
Oh,
you gonna live to 100?
120.
Oh, God damn.
I'll be invincible.
God damn. But yeah, so that was really, really sad. You know.
But I was sadder about the next person.
Oh God. So who's
oh
the
my
next
God.
person,
So
Rose?
last night I mean, this is gonna be old news by the time this goes out to the public, which is why you should subscribe to our Patreon. But anyway, Bob Saget. Oh my God, you guys, I was so sad. I found out this like last night, and I was like, I think I found out like maybe an hour after the news actually broke, because somebody posted something on like YouTube or something. It was like in my subscription, and it was like Bob Saget dead, and I was like, I was like, no, because sometimes I'm like, is this like a joke? Like I don't know. And then of course I started Googling, and then I was like on the phone for like. I was just like looking up stuff for like an hour and a half. So sad. He was only 65. That's so young.
That is so young.
Like, And they say there's no there's no evidence of foul play or drug use.
Yeah.
And he was on tour. He like just started, I think he just started his like new tour.
Yeah, he was doing like a stand-up comedy tour or something like
He's
this.
like a big stand-up comic.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. He died in his hotel room, like,
which probably means he was like maybe by himself as well.
I really do feel like potentially, I mean, we don't know. Maybe by next week we'll have more information.
Yeah.
Because this literally just happened last night.
Yeah.
Like potentially some people are saying he could have had a heart attack, which a lot of people do have heart attacks.
Yeah.
And if you're alone, that could be like a risk, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're with somebody, maybe they can like, you know, call somebody, you know. But like if you're like,
Rose, we both live alone.
oh god damn, Daniel, this is why we gotta eat healthy.
Oh god.
Okay.
Damn, or get a roommate.
Oh, god.
At least there'd be somebody in my house to tell me if I'm having a heart attack that can help me.
No.
It is kind of scary though, because it's like, you know, first of all, he was young. Like 65 is not in nowadays.
Nowadays, it's pretty young.
Exactly. And like honestly,
and he seemed healthy. You know, like he
yeah.
was like doing tours. It's not like he was like bedbound, right?
Exactly. And like the thing is though, is like the thing with that, like the heart, it's like it's such like a high risk thing. Because I was just telling Rosa as we walked over to her apartment, I was like, one of my like, I think it was like one of my aunt's friends or something. He was like a pretty fit like runner and like you know really like quite healthy overall. And he was like in his 40s, like early 40s or something, and he ended up just dying from like a heart failure.
It's crazy.
Because like your heart is like a muscle. So like if you think about it, if your muscle like, and it's such an important muscle, or if it like cramps, or if it like does anything, like you're fucked.
Oh my, honestly, that scares me.
Yeah.
Like it's actually scary. Like stories like this scare me because it's like, of course, like first thought people go to is like, was he on drugs? Like whatever. Yeah. I mean, we don't know the details yet. Maybe it was, you know, we don't know, but yeah, when people just like, because I've heard about stories like this where people just kind of like randomly die.
Yeah.
And that's so scary.
It's because like certain things, there's like certain things. I mean, obviously you need everything in your body to function.
Yeah.
But certain things are like you'll die.
Like your brain, your heart,
yeah, your lungs, like those ones. As soon as like, at least with the lung, you got two. So if one of them kind of does something bad, you still have the other one. But like honestly, yeah, that's scary.
God, it's so sad. And the reason why I was so sad, well, first of all, he was too young. And, you know, but my main thing is because, like, I don't know if I've talked about this on this podcast, but I used to be, like, such a Full House fan.
Really?
I was obsessed, you guys, with Full House. Like, when I was, like, young, like, when I was, like, this must be before I was, like, a teenager.
Yeah.
I was, like, I don't know why or when I got, like, obsessed, but, you know, like, when you watch TV, sometimes they play, like, reruns.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably don't experience this anymore. God damn.
Because we got streaming.
I can't remember the last time I watched like regular television.
Me neither. Which
but
is
like
weird.
Yeah, before you would like check the guide, the TV guide. It would show you what time it was playing, and they would always play like Full House at like a certain time. They would play like reruns.
Do you remember when the TV guide used to be with the newspaper though, and you had to?
Oh like, yes, you had to like go into it. Oh my god, we are old, dude. I know.
It was funny. I saw this like meme where it was like there was like this old lady with a walker, and because actually back in the day, like even before that was included, like because it was included in the newspaper, you actually had to pay a little bit extra for it.
Yes, wasn't it like a separate? I swear it was like a separate little magazine that was the TV guide.
But it came with a newspaper.
Okay.
But that day of the week, the newspaper was a bit more expensive because it had the TV guide, right?
Right.
So anyway, there's this meme, and this like it's an old lady walking, and then her like granddaughter's with her, like helping her, and she was like, "In our day, we used to have to pay for the TV guide to see what was on the different TVs," and she's like, "Time to get back on your meds, grandma." Like she's so crazy and out there, but it's true. I remember getting so excited. I think it was like the Saturday paper or something.
Yeah.
And I was like so excited to get the TV Times
to see
when my show was on and plan it and be like, okay,
right?
I have to, because you couldn't record it either.
Yeah.
So it's like you had to like plan
because like you had to watch it. Like you could record it, but you have to watch it at the same time.
Yeah. So like
God, I miss the good old days, Daniel.
You know, one thing that actually really, it's really lame, guys, but like this weekend, one of the things that I like used to love to do when I was a kid is get up in the morning and watch cartoons.
So what did you watch, Daniel?
So
oh, what did you watch?
It's so cheesy.
What was your favorite cartoon?
I'm trying to remember. I really like to like a ton of different ones. Like I used to love like the Care Bears.
Oh, you're so cute.
I think it's like Babar the elephant.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Did you watch Caillou?
Yeah. Oh no, I never watched Caillou. I watched I think it was Rupert. I want to say Rupert the Bear.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So like it was like some of those ones. They're
cute.
probably old. Oh, and I liked the raccoons.
Oh, I don't think I ever watched that one.
Oh, such a good one. But anyway, oh God. This weekend I was like, I had a morning and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like watch cartoons. But I was like, I don't have cable. I don't have like anything. So I was like,
what about Netflix? What was on Netflix?
So I didn't go into Netflix. I went on Amazon and I watched. I don't know if you guys have seen. It's a really old movie. It's called Land Before Time.
Is it about dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I watched it like a long time ago.
Yeah, it used to be one of my favorite films. Not my favorite film, but I used to love it when I was a kid. So I watched that, and it wasn't as good as I remember. But probably because I'm old now, and I was like having my cereal and my coffee, and I was
so
like,
cute. I want to do that.
It's so fun.
What's your favorite like kids movie? Like of all time?
That's so tough.
Really?
Yeah,
I can name it right at the top of my head.
I really like Lion King.
Ah, Lion King, classic.
That's probably one of my favorites.
Classic.
Or God, I really liked Mulan as well.
Oh, Mulan was really good.
Yeah.
Definitely up there.
I'm trying. I know what yours is.
What is it?
Toy Story.
Yes.
I knew it.
I mean, it's objectively the best.
I like Toy Story.
Toy Story
don't get me
1,
wrong.
2, and 3, but Toy Story 3 is the best one. Actually, Toy Story 4 was also really good. Oh my God, you guys.
I've only seen 1 and 2.
Every time okay, we are having a Toy Story marathon. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when, but we're going to do this. I swear, every time I watch Toy Story 3 and 4, tears.
Really? Wow.
Like, I am bawling my eyes out.
I'm missing out. I need to watch them.
Oh my God, it's so good. I honestly, it's like, it just tugs at your... Anyways, back to Bob Saget. So anyway, so I used to be obsessed with Full House. So I would look at like what time the show was. Because again, you had to, back in the day, you had to like make sure you were there at that time.
Yeah.
Which made it more special. I feel
did.
like, I always talk about this. I feel like there's definitely benefits to obviously having the convenience of like Netflix and you can stream it whenever. Same with music. We can stream whatever songs we want to at any time. But it makes it less special. Like every time we watch it, it's not as like I feel like the memories of this is not going to be the same as like our memories of watching, these shows like at that specific time. Same with music. Like when I used to like listen to music, I would listen to the same CD over and over again. I get so excited to buy a new CD or burn a new CD. Now it's just like, I'll listen to that whenever. Yeah. Anyways, so I would like turn on like, I can't even remember what this channel was called, but it was like a channel that played like random old like shows. Like what was that? Like Steve Urkel? Is that his name? What was that called?
Wasn't that on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
No. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was Will Smith. Yeah. And then Steve Urkel was like a different show.
Wasn't Steve Urkel in...
Is it Steve Urkel? The really nerdy guy.
Yeah,
you know who I'm talking about.
I think he was in... Hang on, let me check.
Anyways, I don't know. He wasn't in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't think so. Was he? No.
Family Matters?
Family Matters. There you go. So he was, anyway, so it would play like 90s sitcoms like that.
Yeah.
And then I still remember, I think they would play Full House like back to back. So there would be like 2 episodes of Full House. Yeah. And I would tape it on VHS. I would record it as I was watching it. I would record it so I could rewatch it because I'm a big fan of rewatching things. Yeah. So I would rewatch it, and I swear I've probably seen every episode at least 2 or 3 times.
That's so funny.
And so basically, I grew up watching this show. I don't know why I loved it so much. It's so cheesy, it's so corny, but it's also like just so cute and it's just so wholesome. Yeah. And he plays Danny Tanner in Full House.
The dad.
He's the dad. Bob Saget plays the dad. He was like America's dad. So a lot of people are saying like this week we lost like America's grandma and America's dad.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's so sad. And Full House was just so good. And it was just like a classic. It was very cheesy. I think it got like killed in the ratings. Probably people thought it was so cheesy and stuff. But it had such a cult following.
Oh, it did. It had a huge cult following.
People are still obsessed with it. That's why they came out with Fuller House.
Exactly.
Anyway, so that's why I was extra affected by this situation because I was like, oh my God, like it's like a part of my childhood.
Yeah, you grew up watching that. To your point though about how now that we can stream stuff, like in some ways you're right, there's the convenience, but like I also think that there is something taken away where it's like you did have to like plan, like now it's like I can plan, like if there's a show on Netflix or something, I can be like, hey, I'm gonna watch it whenever, right? Like I don't have to plan. Whereas before it was like, hey, Thursday night at 8:00 is this show. If I'm not there,
it makes you pay more attention as well.
Exactly, and also I think there's that. So like for example, one thing that me and my family used to do back in the day is we used to be big like Survivor fans.
Oh yeah.
So and it used to be like every Monday or every Tuesday at like 9.
Yeah.
And so every week that Survivor was on, I think it was on for like 3 months or 4 months, we would get a pizza.
Oh.
And we'd have pizza and Survivor night, and that was like our thing on like a Tuesday night.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Whereas now it's like you just go into Netflix and the thing is like, yeah, it's nice you can watch it without commercials and whatever else, but also I feel like one thing that's kind of bad about it is you also don't have any what's it called, like control, like not control, but like you can just binge the whole thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's never, you don't get any like delayed satisfaction,
right? Yeah,
you're just
which
like,
is huge.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, great, I'm gonna watch this whole series in a day, which you can,
yeah,
not do anything else. And then you think about like the productivity of doing other things, all of this
Sure.
stuff, I feel like it just takes away from it.
Sure, absolutely.
Right? So,
and again, yeah, it makes each episode less special because again, you can get it at the, just click of a button, whatever.
Exactly, it's like Hellbound.
Yeah. God damn you. And you finished it one day.
I've literally finished well, no, it was like 2 days.
It was like 2 days. I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, I think I finished it in like 3 days or something.
Yeah.
Guys, you need to watch Hellbound. We can't talk about it because spoiler, but like you need to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But did you like it?
I did like it, yeah.
Oh God.
It took me a little while to get into it though.
Me too.
It was like, at first I was like, what the hell? Where is this going? And then the more I watched it, the more I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool,
So what do you think is going to change in terms of like technology? Because I'm like, at this point, it's like, what is going to be like, it's, with this society we live in, it has to progress, right? So what is...
I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm like...
Are we all jaded? This is the thing. I feel like we're all jaded. Nothing is special anymore.
Yeah.
It's so sad. I was thinking about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were using Snapchat, and then they came out with those filters, those really funny filters.
I love
where
them.
it would like distort your face, or it would be a face swap.
Face swap was the best thing ever.
Honestly,
Fuck my life.
I think we were like literally doing the filters for like 2 hours. We were in London at this time.
Oh my God.
And we would just like lay there and just like do these filters, and it was like the funnest thing ever. And I don't think I've ever laughed so much.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, and now it's old news.
Yeah.
It's not as fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
It's like we just move so quickly to the next
what's
thing.
left?
Yeah. Honestly, though, guys, just to kind of touch on that, honestly, that face swap filter made
gold.
my life.
I know, right?
Oh, God.
I know. It was so fun.
Like, honestly, me and Rose, when we used to swap faces, it looks so fucked up. Oh, my God.
Oh, honestly. But anyway, so that's the sad part about technology.
Yeah.
It just makes things less special.
But I do think, I'm like, well, I guess even back when we had TV and stuff, people are like, oh, what's going to be like, we can't go anywhere from here. This is as far as we get. Then we have streaming now. Now we have this, we have internet like for everything. And it's like, right now I'm thinking, well, where can we go next? And it's probably gonna be something that we didn't even think of.
Yeah. But I do wonder, like, is that what we were thinking at that time? Like, were we thinking like, this must be the end? It can't be any better than this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cause I'm like almost like, where can we go from here? Do you know what I mean? Like, everything is so digital now.
It's already too convenient. It's already too, like, the choices are there, and I don't know.
Maybe there's going to be like not a digression, but like...
I was just thinking that, like, because I was on like TikTok, and I keep getting these ads, and I'm very tempted. I keep getting these ads for this like vintage camcorder. Yeah. So it's like, I think it's pretty cheap. It's probably like, I think it was like $100. I did look at it. It was like maybe less than $100. And it was like this like kids camcorder. It looked like a little kids camcorder, but it would shoot things in like kind of bad quality. Yeah. Which is like the new in thing. You know what? That's funny. It's like before we would always want better quality. Now that we have better quality, we want that vintage look, that old look, that bad quality look. But it looks really cool. And I'm like, okay, are we gonna, and I mean, similar things to like, certain things that are still popular, like amongst fringe groups, like vinyl and
record players, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
That they're actually making a comeback, I think, record players, because they went really, and then you're right, there's like fringe groups now that like to have.
I wonder if CDs are gonna come back.
I don't think they have the same appeal, because I think like a record is like a very like, you have the needle.
Yes, and it sounds different.
Yeah, and actually the sound from like a record player,
I love it.
Really,
I kind of want one, but I just feel like I'm not cool enough to have one.
I feel like you could put it in this apartment somewhere.
I would feel like such a poser. I'd be like, oh yeah, it's my vinyl record.
Here's my vinyl. Let me get the pin on there.
Let me just play some Beatles.
But I think you should get, like, if you're gonna get a vinyl record player, you need to get some really like old school jazz or something like this. You know what I mean? Like,
or like Beatles.
Yeah, or some like oh god, get some really good.
Yes. Yeah. Some like really nice, and then just drink some wine.
Drink some wine in your place.
But yeah, maybe we will have some kind of. I mean, we do kind of constantly find ourselves, romanticizing the past, you know,
Yeah.
like for example, I remember when like they tried to bring back BlackBerry Messenger.
Yes. Yeah.
That failed.
That did fail.
But we were excited for like a day.
I think there's some things though where it's like I just don't see like you know what I mean? Like I like what
floppy disks.
Yeah, like floppy disks are never coming back. Like
and
they're just,
like tapes, like the cassette tapes.
Yeah, like and I could be wrong, but there's certain things where it's like it's not actually that convenient.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And actually, it doesn't have the same look and feel of like a record player.
Sure. Yeah,
right.
True.
So there's certain things where I'm like, yeah, I don't see that coming back. But I saw this like I think it was a TikTok as well, and it was like this mom or this family where they had like a pile of cash on this like thing. And it was like, if their kid goes outside for like 2 hours, they get like $5. And then it had like next to the computer, if you want to be on the computer for like an hour, it was
you
like
give $5.
It was $2. You know, like each, so that your kids had to go outside and play before they could earn the right to play on certain electronic equipment.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but I mean that's what it is nowadays.
That's our new like reality.
Yeah.
Remember kids, like people used to have to like force their kids to come back home from playing outside.
I think that's one thing, like the younger generation, especially, because like I think we're still pretty good at it. Like we'll go see our friends and go for dinners and everything else, and like.
Oh, so do you think it's like the younger generation, like they don't even go out and socialize?
Well, they still go out sometimes, but I just think not as often. I think they're a lot of the time on their electronic devices.
We need to like know someone. Like I need to like know what teenagers are doing nowadays.
What are teenagers doing
I literally have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because they have like the devices, so they're probably just like sitting at home like on their phones.
Exactly. I think the less and less, but I think there's like trying to make like a shift to like being out there more and doing things. So it's gonna be interesting part of me to see what's gonna happen in the next
God
while.
damn. Okay, what's the next story? I'll be so sad, you guys. I'm so sad about Bob Saget. I've been reading like tributes and people saying just like nice things about him. God, it's so sad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very affected by his death. I don't know why.
Damn, to touch your soul.
He's America's dad. I started rewatching Full House. It's on Netflix. So,
is it?
Yeah. You should watch it. It's so cheesy.
I'll watch it.
I watched the first episode. I'm gonna watch it all. Okay.
How many seasons?
There's like 8, I think.
Whoa.
There is a lot. But I'm gonna watch it all eventually.
Do it.
Yeah, it brings back I remember when it first came out on Netflix. I think I rewatched it because it was like brought back childhood memories. I tried to watch Fuller House. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. You're like
it's a little like, you know, I like Full House for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch the continuation, which is probably what I should have thought of when I started watching Sex and the City reboot. Oh God, it's so bad, Daniel. I can't even describe to you how bad it is.
Really?
I'm like, it actually, like, people are angry. Like, I'm angry.
Yeah.
Because first episode was like probably one of the worst episodes of any show I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
I could not believe how much they fucked it up. Like, first of all, like, this is like maybe a small criticism, but not really, because one of the appeals of the show, Sex and the City, was that it was very fast paced. It was very like snappy, very witty, very funny.
Yeah.
And the humor was quick. It was fast. It changed scenes. Like the way they filmed it as well. It was just very like good. You never got bored.
Yeah.
With this one, the editing's already really awkward. The filming is very slow paced.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't have the same vibe. Which obviously, like, I understand it can't be exactly the same, but like, let's bring back some of that vibe.
Yeah.
But the main problem I have, which a lot of people had problems with, number one, because like Samantha did not join.
Yeah.
And so they obviously have to come up with some kind of story, which I understand. But the way that they wrote her out was so just... I don't want to give away anything in case anybody wants to watch this shit show. But it's basically like very opposite of what Samantha would actually do, and they basically did her really dirty, like kind of made her seem bad, like kind of like fucked up the character a little bit, which made everyone so mad, because like Samantha was like one of the most beloved characters on that show, and especially after seeing this, realizing that she was the only comedic factor in the show apparently, because all the comedy is gone. That's another thing. It's just not funny. Like the writing is so bad. It's really awkward. And another criticism, which I definitely agree with, it is like they're trying so hard to be like woke. Like everything is, and it's like forced. Like it's not, I understand that like obviously times have changed. Like maybe you want to add in a little bit more diversity. I totally get it. Talk about certain issues that are, you know, happening. but it's so fake and so forced. It's almost insulting. Like it's like too much. They're trying to force it they're trying to be like, oh yes, like every second sentence is like about something to do with like race or being non-binary, being trans, and everything is about that.
See, sometimes I'm like, sometimes you need to quit while you're ahead.
Exactly.
And I think you know what? There's something to be said. Like, again, talking about one of my all-time favorite shows, Schitt's Creek, guys. That's a perfect example of like that show started getting big in their like fifth season, right? Like really big. Because up until that point, it was more of like an indie show kind of thing.
Yeah. It was like very like cult following.
Exactly. And then it just like blew up, right? And that was right when they're doing the sixth season, which they had planned to do like a sixth and final season. And even during the whole time, everyone's like, why are you finishing the show? And they're like, because it's coming to a natural end. Like, it needs, like, you know what I mean?
So much respect.
And they didn't stretch it out. They didn't force it onto like multiple more seasons. Like it didn't go until season 12, or I mean, maybe who knows? It's finished quite recently. So maybe there'll be a Schitt's Creek part 2 like later on.
Damn.
But I just think sometimes it's like with Sex and the City, like I really enjoyed the show. It was such a good show back in the day.
It was iconic.
Yeah, I wasn't as big of a follower as you, but I still, every time I'd see an episode on, I'd watch it. Like, I enjoyed it. And, I think sometimes it's like, you had your success.
Yeah.
You had that show, which is an amazing piece
Sometimes
of contribution.
it's okay to move forward.
Exactly. Sometimes it's okay to be like, you know what? We don't need to have another Sex and the City.
Yeah.
You've done it. You've done the movies as well.
Yeah.
You milked that out.
Which, I mean, they should have stopped after the first movie.
Exactly. And, now it's like time to move on. Start a new project. Start something different.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to like, it was a great success. It was fantastic. It's like,
and they're probably still making a lot of money from that show alone.
Exactly. It's like Friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Friends. See, at least they were smart because I actually didn't want them to do like a reboot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's like times have changed, guys. Like it was great at that moment, at that time, at that age. Like no offense to these people.
Yeah.
But like, it was special because it was set at that certain time. Like, for example, people living in, like, for Friends, like, people living in their 20s in New York, very exciting stuff. Great. Same thing with Sex and the City, like 30-something, 40-something-year-olds living in New York single. Great. Now it's just like kind of depressing to watch this. I'm like, okay. And like I'm sure they could have done a good job, but they just didn't. And like, it was just, I don't know how. What baffles me, like what baffles my fucking mind is like, how does this get through to, because like it's not one person making this creative decision.
Tons of people are writing, right? They have tons
multiple
of
writers, multiple people that like probably go through the script. How does nobody stop this and say, this is kind of cringe?
Yeah.
Like, this is bad. I don't get it. Like, anyways, I'm really mad. Honestly, COVID made me watch it. Okay. I had COVID. I was like, you know what? I'm sick. I'm going to watch it. And it's not good.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on from that, guys. So
now we have a story.
We do
This is so ridiculous. I heard about this, but I wasn't sure if it was real.
Yeah. So the title of this story, guys, oh my God. So a reality star who says she made $200K from selling her farts in mason jars is pivoting to sell them as NFTs.
Oh my God. Okay. First of all, this NFT thing, the more I hear about it, the more shady it sounds.
So shady. Like so shady.
How do you sell? Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Does it still smell if it's like in the mason jar?
I honestly don't know. This is something we might have to test.
Ew! Okay, and who is buying these? I honestly cannot with humanity, okay? Like, I cannot.
I know. It's like, oh, guess what I spent $1,000 on today.
But how much? Okay, let's see. So who is this person? Stephanie Matto, 31, made headlines around the world when she announced that she'd have to retire. Oh, she made headlines when she announced that she had to retire from selling her farts in jars after she says she was hospitalized while trying to keep up with the skyrocketing demand.
I can't.
This has to be a joke.
I can't.
No, this is not real.
The former star of TLC's 90 Day Fiancé said she made around $200,000. $200,000.
What are we doing like YouTube, podcasts, working corporate? Like, why are we not doing this?
You know what I'm thinking? There's 3 things, okay? Feet pictures,
dirty
underwear, And apparently bottled farts.
We could make $1 million a piece.
God damn, guys.
I mean, that's multiple streams of income, right?
Exactly. There you go.
So that's 3 different streams of income right there.
There you go. And they do say you should diversify your income sources, yeah. guys. So we'll have a few different things. And anyway, so.
Oh my God.
It's just crazy. So.
Where do you even sell feet pics? Just curious,
Just asking for a friend. Asking for a friend, guys.
Someone did, you know what? It's funny because sometimes I joke around about this stuff on Instagram. And I think like many months ago, I must have posted like a picture, like, I think I was doing the leg on wall thing. Yeah. And I was just like posting a picture of my legs. And then I covered my feet and I said, please DM for feet prices or like feet photo prices. It was a joke. Yeah. Okay.
Did someone DM you for it?
And I was checking my old DMs and then I saw,
No.
Somebody was like, I'm interested in purchasing. I'm like, I can't tell if you're joking.
Yeah.
Like, do I go on? Do I continue this?
So
I could be making thousands.
You could. Think about it, Rose. Another revenue stream.
Okay, let's talk about the farts thing because, I feel like my farts can go, pretty high in price.
She said she made around $200,000 from selling her bottle of farts, but doctors advised her that excessive windbreaking was taking a toll on her body because I guess she was probably forcing it. She's like,
well, like you'd probably have to eat a lot of things that, stimulate the fart.
Instead of abandoning the business venture entirely, Mateo told Insider that she's decided to pivot to selling her farts as non-fungible tokens.
Okay, this NFT thing is just...
I know.
I can't take it seriously.
She's hoping to carve out a space in the NFT world with her unique fart art. There's a space for everybody, she said during a phone call with an insider.
This almost makes me angry. Like people are starving. People don't have, people have 2 jobs. They're working so hard. And there's this bitch trying to fucking sell her farts.
Farts in it. And also like, I'm wondering, okay guys, like I'm also wondering at what point do you like think, do you know what I mean? Like at what point you're like, you know what? I'm going to start selling my farts in jars.
Yeah. Like where did she even get this idea?
Exactly. How did it like come up? I bet you somebody probably DM'd her or something.
But that's so disgusting.
And was like,
Who is buying it? That is my question.
First of all, like also, how do you prove that the merchandise is real? You know what I mean? Because you could just bottle up, you could just sell a mason jar and not actually fart in it.
Yeah. I mean, this is where I'm curious. Maybe I need to fart into a mason jar. Because it's like, maybe it does like retain. Ew! Oh, God. Maybe.
Oh, God. It retains that stench. So if you want to surprise someone, so imagine you're
Daddy, okay. Oh God!
Imagine you're at someone's house and they have a mason jar. Oh, I really fancy. I want to drink out of one of your mason jars. Don't they have farts in them? Don't open it. And you open it up and it just stinks like shit.
Like, I mean, because there's no oxygen, like it's an enclosed space.
Yes.
Right. So, does it stay?
I kind of want to test this out now. Like, is that bad, guys?
Oh my God. Next time I'm very gassy, I will test this out.
Yeah.
That is so disgusting. I actually want to puke. Yeah, I don't like.
I just don't know what to go with this.
I don't know. Like, teachers, doctors make less than this a year. Like that. This
is what's crazy though. It's like, isn't it kind of weird that we've gotten to a society where like people like this, like no offense, you know what, she's an entrepreneur and good for her, whatever. But it's like, you're right. There's people doing this kind of shit that are making more than doctors. Do you know what I mean? Like what society are we in? I
know. What are we? What is this? This is what capitalism does.
So apparently she explained that she had a OnlyFans, I guess.
I'm dying.
And she thought it was a joke. And I guess she wanted to experiment to see if anyone would actually purchase them. Her first batch of 97 jars.
No, it says she received a lot of requests for her own farts.
Yeah.
At first she thought it was a joke and she said she would try to experiment.
Yeah.
She was selling them for $500.
Which ended up selling out instantly.
97. How much is this bitch farting?
Well,
how many days of work is that?
No, but maybe she has some vintage ones. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? Look, 97 jars at 500. You only have to, even if you're only farting like twice a day, that's $1,000 a day you're earning from your farts. And then her second shipment, selling for $1,000 each, also sold out.
who are these rich perverts? Like, I am so confused.
A customer of hers, who asked to only be referred to as John, asked why the product was so appealing to him. The 43-year-old, who said he spent $1,000 on 2 fart jars. I can't even speak. I'm so shocked by this fucking story. Explained that it helped him feel a sense of closeness to the influencer, to Mateo. I have a lot of fetishes, and one of them is that I like the smell of a woman, he said. I like all of the smells. I can't take this seriously.
Oh my God. I've officially found something that's worse than dirty underwear. Oh. Like, this is beyond. Liz, I don't want to like kink shame anybody.
Yeah.
But like, I guess it's a kink.
I guess it is a kink. I guess my thing is like more like, you spent money on that?
You spent $1,000 on 2 fart jars.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. It's like, you know, some people will just fart beside you for free. Like, just you know, get a friend, you know, get your girlfriend to fart beside you.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't have a girlfriend. Maybe he doesn't have a girlfriend. Like, maybe whatever. But like, I mean, $1,000, guys. Like, holy shit.
Who are these people?
Oh God.
This is, I don't know. To me, we're joking about this, laughing about this. A part of me feels like this is sad. Yeah. Like, people are lonely as fuck. Ew, I can't. People are lonely, dude. Like, do you think this is a symptom of a lonely society? That this is a marketable product? What are you reading?
One morning, she had 3 large servings of protein shakes and several bowls of black bean soup to help her meet the demand. But she... I seriously can't.
But she started to feel unwell.
To go to the ER. Okay, guys, we have to move on to the next story. This is just too much.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like we talk about really disgusting things, but this like takes the cake.
I know. Doctors diagnosed her with severe gas pain and advised her that her windbreaking was harming her body.
Imagine going to the doctor. Hi, doctor. So I'm feeling really sick. Oh, so what happened? Oh, so I had like really big servings of, you know, protein shakes. They're like, oh, why are you eating that? Oh, yeah. So what I do for a living is I
fart in jars.
I fart in jars and I sell them.
Or also imagine you're on a first date. You know what I mean? Like, you're out on a first date.
So what do you do for a living?
So I basically fart in jars. No, but like, seriously, what do you do for a living? No, I fart in jars. I made $200,000 this month.
You remember when like mukbangs came out and everyone thought that was really weird?
Yeah.
I mean,
does this take the cake?
I think we're in the wrong business.
Do you like the picture of her with her little fart jar?
That is so disgusting. I actually cannot. I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt anybody, but like, anyway, moving on. Next story. I'm depressed listening to that story.
So guys, this was global news.
Oh my God, yeah, and they're Canadian.
That was Canadian. It was a flight
people from Montreal.
Yeah, so
were they from Quebec or Montreal?
They're from Montreal in Quebec.
Quebecois people. They made international headlines because they were
Sunwing cancels return trip to Quebec. So these people had flown to Mexico.
Right. They had flown to Mexico. They had a party on the plane.
This is what I don't understand. Okay, so
is there no one working on this plane?
I know. There was a bunch of influencers that went on this plane, and they
were like influencers, or are they just like random people?
It could have been. I thought that some of them were influencers.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, because maskless influencer plane party, a slap in the face to Canadians.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I guess some influencers and some other people as well. They had this like they had taken this Sunwing flight, which is who we flew with, by the way.
Yeah, Sunwing.
And our flight
we didn't
was
have that party.
I know our neither at our resort either. It was a chill as experience. But apparently this plane, and this has gone viral, guys. Like, I've seen videos of it.
Yeah, me too.
Like these people on the plane, like literally standing up in the aisles.
Everyone's standing,
all partying, and
they're like smoking on the plane.
Yeah,
they were like vaping on the plane. They're doing like, I don't know. They're like. They're just doing crazy shit.
I'm just shocked because like every plane that I've been on, like that would just never happen. Like,
how do you even get that started?
I know the security. The security. The
flight attendants.
Flight attendants would be like, sit your ass down.
I know. I don't understand. Maybe they like knew the flight attendant.
I don't know. I don't know how it happened. It's just like about a dozen passengers managed to arrive in Montreal Wednesday night from Mexico after video footage of their flight down south showed Quebec social media influencers and reality TV stars partying maskless, vaping, and drinking in the aisles on board a Sunwing airline plane.
It was a scramble for many of them as multiple Canadian airlines said they refused to let them board their planes to return home after the controversial chartered flight made headlines around the world. So are they like stuck there, or they must have come back now?
It sounds like most of them have come back now. But like, how fucking stupid. And also, what I don't understand with this whole situation is how that even started on the plane. I know,
like, how did they even let this happen?
Because it would be different, like if it was a private jet or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, this was like a public plane that like other people were on.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, what was going on? Like, why was this?
Yeah, what was happening? Is there any details about that?
Let's see.
Passenger on flight tests positive in Mexico. Yeah. Well, another thing is, if you're going to be stupid, maybe don't film it and post it. Oh my God,
this is another thing too.
Maybe they thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But like, how can you think it's fine? Like, it's policy. Here's what, I don't get it. Like, it's policy when you go on the flight that you have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Who is working on these planes?
Exactly. Like, but I guess maybe if it was like a big group of them, they couldn't get them under control. Maybe like they were asking them, and then like
that's crazy.
Yeah, because the flight attendants.
But then wouldn't they all get arrested when they arrive?
You would think so. Like, I've never actually tried it, so I'm not going to try it. But like, the thing that blows my mind is you're right. Like, because when we went to Mexico, for example, we had to like wear masks on the plane the whole time. Everyone had to stay in their seats. Like, you could get up obviously and go to the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. But again, you had to wear your mask. Like, you couldn't just be fucking, and you're not allowed to vape on a plane on a good day.
You're not allowed to vape on a plane.
I know. So I'm like, what the fuck?
It says believe some of the passengers were taking drugs. Oh my God. Like, dude, you're going to Cancun. Wait a few hours.
I know. That's what I don't get. This is another thing that's so pathetic. It's like, you can't wait 6 hours.
Oh my God. I honestly can't.
Like, literally, you're going to be at Cancun in 6 hours. And then guess what? You can be like crazy as you want.
They just want to be crazy on the plane because it's like special, you know?
I know. But then you're right. Like, the thing that I don't get about this, and this is like the plague of influencers, I feel like. It's like, because this is not the first time that this happened. It's like, why do you feel the need to do something so fucking stupid and then post it? Like, honestly, if I was on that plane, the last thing I would want, first of all, I wouldn't be in that situation. Exactly. If I was stupid enough to be participating in this activity, I would not want it to be filmed. If someone started filming, I'd turn it off.
Yeah, it wasn't just random people that were like, they were filming themselves. Like, they were like full on filming themselves.
Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I can't even believe it.
I'm like, are you fucking stupid?
Making Canadians look bad. God.
Totally. Like, it's just so stupid. It's like when all those parties were happening in LA with all the influencers.
Oh yeah.
And they're having these like massive parties during COVID, and they had a lot of backlash as well, where people are like, you're so fucking stupid. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, and even if we weren't in a pandemic, like that's just stupid behavior. Are you even allowed
to do that?
No. Like, you're not allowed. You're definitely not allowed. Like, it would be different if the influencer had their own private jet,
right?
And everyone was on their private jet, because then it's just them. They can do whatever the fuck you want on a private jet. It's yours. But if you're on a public plane where there's rules and stuff, it's like there's other people on that plane.
I know,
like,
it's crazy.
What are you doing with your lives?
Yeah, I want to know who the hell was in charge of that plane, because clearly it was not in charge at all.
I know, it's crazy.
God, like, I feel like airlines are there's so much drama when it comes to like planes, airlines since the pandemic. There's always some kind of story that happened on a plane.
Yeah. Well, you know, actually, who was it? Oh my God, I was watching like a comedy special, and this is going to be so bad, guys. But basically this comedian was like, hey, you know, like, especially because the airline industries have been hurting. Yeah. Even in Canada, we've experienced this where a lot of the cost of flights has dropped dramatically to try to encourage people to come on the plane.
Sure.
So this one lady was saying in her comedy special, she's like, you know, before, like, when you would take the Greyhound or something because it was cheaper, you know, like the Greyhound was quite cheap.
Yeah.
And there'd always be crazy shit happen on the Greyhound because, you know, people would just be on there like fucking, you know, crazy shit.
They got rid of Greyhound, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
God
but like always there'd be stories about Greyhound of like people like getting drunk and like doing all this stuff because like generally like, and this is going to sound really bad. Because it's cheap. So anyone can go. So it attracts certain individuals.
Yes. And also Greyhound, to be fair, they didn't really like, there's no security check.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're less stringent. But she's like, now, you know, now that the prices of planes have dropped, we're having all the Greyhound incidents, but now they're happening in the sky. At 30,000 feet. So, and I was like, maybe this is why. Like,
that's
I don't know.
That's kind of scary though, if you actually think about it, because like, yeah, you can't really like, you're like literally stuck on this plane.
Like, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
so
this is what is scary about it.
Like, it says that on this plane, apparently, some of the 150 social media celebrities stranded in 150. What is this party?
I know, right?
Why wasn't I invited? I'm just kidding. It says that they were unfairly blamed for the plane party. One of them, blah, 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 told her followers in an Instagram live that we were sleeping and we don't want to be bashed for the things that we didn't do. Apparently, a minority of the passengers were partying while most of them were well behaved. I mean, it didn't look like a minority to me.
It looked like a lot of people. But again, we weren't there.
Yeah, so. True.
I don't know.
But yeah, it is kind of scary if you think about it. It's like if you're stuck on this plane and they somehow get through these crazy people, like you're just stuck on that plane with them.
I know. I watched this one. I saw like a video of this one guy. He got taken off the plane, I think, but he was just being so obnoxious.
Yeah.
And the flight attendant's like, please, like, I think it was like about him putting on a mask or something.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, so they ended up taking him off the flight.
Yeah.
But this is before they taken off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, once you're in the air, it's like, there's only so much you can do.
That's
and like,
don't they like duct tape people?
Yeah, like there was that instance where they
need
duct
to have
tape.
handcuffs and shit on the plane.
Well, like, I don't know. Because if you think about it, like probably flight attendants, like that's scary. Because like,
right?
If somebody's on the plane and they become unruly or they become really intoxicated.
Yeah.
Because like definitely people drink on planes. It's a problem because it's like they can't go anywhere.
God, I would hate to be a flight attendant.
Or if someone starts having a heart attack or something.
But seriously, I mean, they're probably trained on that too, right?
Yeah, they would be. But
then like, yeah, someone could, because like I would hear stories about from flight attendants.
Yeah.
And some people say, some people like die on the plane.
Yeah.
Like they might have a heart attack and die. And like, and then like you're fucking in the air.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary.
That is so scary because you can't do anything, right? You can't get these people off the plane. So
oh my God, that's traumatizing.
That is so scary. I really hope that I'm never on a plane where some crazy shit goes down.
Oh my God.
I've been very lucky. So
I mean, yeah, for me, like I've been on a lot of planes. I don't think anything crazy happened. But yeah,
I've definitely had.
You were on a plane with convicts.
Yeah, I was. I was on a plane where some people were getting like.
And you had a little chat with them.
I did, yeah. I talked to everyone. So,
unfortunately, no handsome people.
No, oh God, I'm always like.
That's the fantasy.
This is the fantasy. I'm always like when I get to the airport, I'm like, oh my God, is there gonna be someone really hot and cute sitting next to me?
You never get rid of that hope, hey?
No, and it's been years, guys. I'm like, there'll be some cute guys or just in the lobby and everything.
They're never next to you.
And I'm like, oh my God, is he not traveling with anyone? And this is gonna be my like little. And literally, I have been on so many planes, and it's never happened.
I mean, same
not
with me.
once.
Literally never. Like never. It's never the cute guy sitting beside you.
Mm-mm.
Never.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
Always the screaming child.
Even if it was the cute guy though, I don't think I have the balls to say anything.
Really? Well, give me a few drinks and I'll be like, where are you from?
Oh yeah. As soon as I sit down, a cute guy sits. I'm like, hi, I will have a double vodka.
Yeah. Triple.
Damn, I don't think they allow it, Daniel.
Oh, hi there. Just notice he's sitting there. Where are you from? Where are you going?
Sorry, I'm married. Fuck my life.
Story of our lives now. Anyway,
yeah, is that it for our stories?
That is it for the stories, guys.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed is this our first episode of
the new year?
Oh my God.
First episode recorded in 2020.
Oh my God, first 2020.
2022.
2020. God damn.
I know. God damn, I'll be in the past.
Honestly, I'm forgetting what year it is. I'm forgetting how old I am. Like it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's going too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening, you guys. Make sure you check out our Patreon once again. It's patreon.com/The SaVeg Podcast. If you want to hear your name next week, join us and you can get every episode a week earlier than everybody else. Mm-hmm. And you get the episodes ad-free and you get a bonus episode every single month that is only exclusive to Patreon.
Exactly. You get access to all of the previous bonus episodes that we recorded, guys. There's lots on there now, lots of content.
Some juicy content.
Also, if you are listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, don't forget to hit follow. You'll get updated whenever there's new episodes available. As well, if you're watching us on YouTube, give the video a thumbs up, guys. Hit that subscribe and show us some love in the comment section below. And we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.